Rite Aid is having some technology being banned. Have you heard about this?
No.
So the thing is, Rite Aid's reckless use of facial recognition got it banned from using the technology in stores for 5 years.
Huh.
I didn't even know they were using facial recognition, to be honest.
Yeah, where would they? I guess maybe like self-checkout, or are they like in the security cameras or something? Like where did they use this?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was used in the what is it? It was used like in cashiers and at registers. So the thing is that Rite Aid has agreed to a 5-year ban from using facial recognition technology after the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, found that the chain had falsely accused customers of crimes and unfairly targeted people of color.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh no.
no. This is actually
Is this real?
This is a real story that's
Oh,
happening. Yeah, this is a real story that's happening.
Sounds fake.
And the thing is that this is not the only retailer that this has happened to, by the way. There's other retailers that have had this happen in a store where they've been falsely accused of essentially a crime. Yeah, it's mostly from stealing that they're being accused of. But this is crazy that this is even happening. First off, that Rite Aid was using this technology, and second off, that it was going through and like falsely accusing its customers, the customers that come in, buy, and support your store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was very shocked when I heard this. There's also not that many Rite Aids by here, by the way, because I think they're not as much on the West Coast. But yes, that's a separate thing. So the thing is that Rite Aid identified people deemed likely to engage in shoplifting or other criminal behavior
that's so bad.
and kicked them out of stores
What they could
or prevented them from coming inside.
Oh, preventing them from coming inside?
Coming inside, yes.
So this is different from what you had said then, because if they're doing facial recognition to prevent people from coming inside, that means the software was outside too. They could see them. They're like, no.
Yeah, they were using this everywhere, I guess, at this point, because it's like, if this is happening, this is also very like, why would they even do that? Thinking about it. Like, I know that we've talked about retail crime a lot on this channel, and retail crime is like a very big issue. And I don't think that this was the right way to tackle this.
They were trying to get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, they're trying to, and look what happened to them. They got banned for 5 years using this technology.
I feel like it's definitely an abuse of power in terms of that sense.
Yeah, it is very. Yeah, it's just wrong to me. To me, it's just it's an abuse of power. It's wrong. So the thing is that the FTC accused Rite Aid employees of publicly accusing people of criminal activity in front of friends, family, and strangers. Some customers were wrongly detained and subject to searches. Yeah, this is what the Federal Trade Commission is saying.
Oh my goodness, they get interrogated. Like, where'd you put it? It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I do have a couple more things to say, but what I wanted to say is, if you like interesting stories like this, we put out videos daily. We have a library of over 200 videos, closing in on 300. And, subscribing is free. It doesn't cost anything, and it only takes a second to do. So if you like interesting content like this, consider subscribing. It really does help out the channel a lot. So the thing is, what do you think Rite Aid would say to all of this?
Didn't happen.
Yes, actually.
Really?
No, they didn't say that. They said that in a statement, they said that they reached an agreement, and the thing is that they fundamentally disagree with the facial recognition allegations in the agency's complaint. So they're saying that they disagree with what the FTC is saying.
They say that they disagree that it's wrong?
Yeah, they disagree that their employees and their employees were doing all of this, and they're saying that they disagree with how the facial recognition was prompting them to action. Yeah, so
they're saying that like
that the software was right.
Software was right.
That's what they're saying. We fundamentally disagree with the facial recognition allegations.
Oh.
It's the allegations against them.
Oh, so they're like, you're lying.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about because, like, I don't know. I would side with the Federal Trade Commission on this one, personally, because facial recognition still is, like, an emerging technology. It's been there for a while. Like, all iPhones use it and stuff, but,
yeah,
like, in this case, look what they're getting accused of.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like this, there's been a lot of this in the news as well, of, like, people, because if you go to, like, Target, at the self-checkout, like, that thing is, like, has a beeping red light and it's, like, monitoring in progress. It's like following you, and I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, but these stores are also getting, not Target specifically, but other retailers are accusing people of, like, not scanning an item correctly, or potentially, like, stealing an item and having employees come up to them and being like, hey, it's like, we saw that you didn't scan this item. It's the system saying we didn't scan them. And the cameras look to see that you scanned something, but it didn't scan. Yeah, this is happening.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I feel like Walmart is also a big one, especially with, like, their receipt checkers. They were here, like, getting really invasive with people and in their face to, like, check the receipts.
Yeah, it's pretty wild out there. So the thing is, too, by the way, Rite Aid's reckless use of this facial surveillance system left its customers facing humiliation and other harms, and its ordered violations put consumers' sensitive information at risk, because now, like, this is in their system. They're being essentially profiled. Like,
that is true.
Yeah.
That is interesting because, like, a lot of times this type of information doesn't just stay at one company.
No.
So I feel like with any type of, like, oh, you go visit a website, then that website's selling your information of what you did at that website, or if you go on Google, they're selling your information, your profile. So I'm pretty sure that Rite Aid would be doing the same thing.
Yeah. So
selling your information.
Yeah. So the thing is, you're right about that, because it was creating a database of thousands of low quality pictures from store cameras and employees' phones and customers' faces, which were labeled as persons of interest.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. So that's what they were doing. They were just going through and essentially creating this profile of you and using that in essentially marking you as
a risk
to the store. But, you know, I would like to hear our audience's thoughts on all of this. If you agree with what Rite Aid is saying, that, you know, that their facial recognition, the allegations are false. And the thing is that I don't agree with the Rite Aid.
It's like, we're not denying that we use facial recognition. We're just denying that we used it for evil.
Yeah.
Only for good.
I don't know, but it's, yeah. I'd want to know our audience's thoughts on all of this, and if they agree with using facial recognition. I think stores are cracking down more on retail crime, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Here's a question though. Would you be okay with this facial recognition thing if they didn't lock up every single item in the store? Because a lot of times, a lot of stores are now having, like, chains, and, like, you can't access any of the items in the store because they're all locked up. I feel like that is, like, more of a pain.
It is, but then you're getting profiled potentially for something that you might not have done. So you're at a loss in both ways.
Pretty much.
You know, the thing is, if Rite Aid started locking up the freezer and all this other stuff, and then using the facial recognition, they're like, we're doubling down.
Like, what do you mean it's locked up still? I can't get to it. What do you mean stole it?
But yes, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.